Welcome back to another 3D comparison video. This will be the case study. We want to move this car model within CATIA in order to do a human ergonomic study. Now, this is a 3D model. As you can see, if I will select the door and I will open it on the y-axis, I can rotate the door like this. Now, since we want the chairs to be added within Katia as individual components, we're going to need to also separate those over here. So in this case, as we can see, if I will select various elements from the chair, those will already be like this. So this will be one of the chair, and I also need to make sure that all the models will be over here. I can join them together by right clicking and clicking join, and I can do the same over here with the other chair, or I can just delete it and duplicate it afterwards. So let's see, in this case I will just do this selection. I will press the comma button in order to zoom in within Blender, and now if I will press G, I can see that I grab that, and those will be all the elements associated with the secondary chair, so I will join those together as well. Now, if I will hide those, this will just give me the model of the car, and this will be the first export. So I'll select this, File, Export, STL. On the desktop, I will call this Car Door Open. I only want the selected only to be exported, and I will hit Export. I will now select one of the chair, File, Export, STL, and I will call this STL chair driver. And this will be for the other, for the passenger, Export, STL. I will just call this one. Okay, and we have those STL exported. Now, I will jump within Katia, within Digitized Shape Editor. I will import those. So in this case, it will be directly on the desktop. We're going to have the car over here, which will be this one. Now, regarding the scale, keep in mind that this is set to millimeters. Therefore, if I will import this from Blender, where it was at the 1:1 scale, but Blender has meters as a default unit, this car will be 1,000 times smaller. That is why it's important when we're going to import this. We can either change the file unit over here from millimeters to meters, or we can just increase the scale value by 1,000. And always make sure that you verify the dimension, and we see that this has now been added at the 2 dimension. I'm going to do the same with the chairs. So in this case, I can also select multiple files over here. We see over here select file, but I can select 2, and we're going to have those imported. So in this case, the secondary import, as you can see, will also have the mesh of the car. That means that when I exported those chairs, I didn't check export selected only. So let's select those 2 chairs again, File, Export, STL, and make sure that we're going to have this checked. But I'm going to do the same with each individual chair. So this will be the driver's seat. I will jump back to Katia, import, and let's just add them one by one, driver. And now we're going to only have that added. Okay, so make sure that you're going to check that. Export, this will be chair 1, selected only, export. And within Katia, we can have that loaded. Okay, so now that we have the models over here, we can start adding the mannequin. I also made each of these individuals so that we can go ahead and further adjust this using the compass. Now, in order to add that mannequin, this is currently a part, So if I will go within Start, Ergonomics, if I will go within Human Builder, we're going to see that Katia will actually open a new product. And over here I need to add the car. I can rapidly do that by dragging and drop the initial part created. And now if I will create a new mannequin within product 1, let's say that I want this to be a man, the percentile should be, let's say, 95, so I want a larger mannequin added over here. I will go over here, let's say for French, and I will hit OK. And we're going to have that mannequin now added. I can start manipulate this using the compass, so I can select it, I can drag it. Let's say that I want it to be over here a little bit above the car. We see that currently this is lagging, and this is lagging mostly due to the STL that we currently have loaded over here. So even though the STL is not being manipulated over here, it will lag like that. So what we can do, we can hide the STL of the car. We can only leave the seat, and as you can see, it will move a lot smoother now. So let's rotate this minus 90, this was 91. And we can also decide to change the posture of this. Using the posturator, I will have this initially within a seat position. And now, using the view cube over here, for example, this will be the top view, I can select the mannequin, and I can position it within that chair. I will also need to go to the side view. In this case, the side view will be actually the back view. And I will position this within the chair. We see over here that I have also clashed on. This is why it also lags, because Katia will actually check if there are collisions between the mesh and the other one. Okay, and this is how we can manipulate the mannequin over here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I will position a similar video over here on the left side and a subscribe button to the right.